Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Somebody asked that I fly the CRJ yesterday, so wasn't able to get it up, so to speak. Uh, I wasn't able to get up in the CRJ yesterday, so I figured I'd just give it a quick fly today. I haven't flown it in over 2 years, so we'll give it a whirl. Pre-flight was good. I was able to remember everything that needed to be done. At least I think I did. Pretty sure. Oh, and we're flying with real-world traffic. So all the traffic you see here is actually representing the actual aircraft, real world, that's at the airport. You can see them at the gates, taxiing around, shifting gates, taking off, landing, everything else is pretty cool stuff. Like it. I don't know why, but Twitch is having some issues today. YouTube looks to be good. Okay, so let's go ahead and head out to 22 right for departure. Get this show on the road. Wow, there's a lot of traffic in Boston today. So, since we're using real-world traffic, there's not a lot we can do to limit too much of that, but it is affecting our frames just a little bit. Yeah, I thought I was on the right way. Maybe I wasn't. Shoot. Okay, yeah, we're going good now. Wait for this American Airlines flight to get the heck out of Dodge. So for the guys that are watching, oh, okay, Twitch finally came alive. All right. And we're going to have, probably, I don't know if it's going to happen this coming week, or... So for the guys that are watching, whoop, sorry about that. Okay, Twitch finally came alive. All right. And, all right, sorry about that. I had to monitor the stream, monitor all the 5 different streams that I go out to make sure they were working, and Twitch wasn't working. So anyway, forgive me on that audio bit there. And looks like I need to increase the gamma a little bit, so we'll do that. There we go. That makes it look a little normal. Look normal for me. So sometimes there's a difference between what I see and what you guys see. And it's even more of a difference with 4K, and even more of a difference with a 55-inch 4K monitor, which is what I'm flying the sim on, and knocking that down to something that Twitch and YouTube and Smashcast and Periscope and all those sites, all those venues can use is sometimes a little tricky. Anyway. Oh, look at that. We got a monster on our tail. We'll just let him go ahead of us. It's a drawback of using real world traffic. Sometimes they don't know where they begin and where you start and they begin, or they end. Alright, run right over me. Reminiscent of my very first cross the pond on VATSIM. Up here at Boston many years ago, and everybody lining up, and we must have had, I don't know, man, we must have had like 40 aircraft, and I am probably not close to the number. It was probably much more than that, but 40 aircraft lined up for one runway. So it took forever and a day for us to get the heck out of there. I have not seen it as bad since that one time, and that was my first. So now apparently all these guys are going out to 3-3 left. Yep, so I'll do that too. I'll just have to change my departure runway. Earlier it was 2-2 right. You know what? I think I'm going to do that anyway. I think I'm just going to bail on 2-2 right. Oh, hey, for the guys that haven't seen it before, should be able to, I'll try to give you a good look at it on departure, but that's the Aerosoft Boston City scenery behind me. So we've got the Fly Tampa Boston scenery for the airport, and then we've got the Boston City scenery, and I like it. I like it a lot. I'm real big on immersion, and it'll cost you a couple of frames, yeah, about 2 or 3 frames, I think, having it in there, but it's well worth it. It's worth the 2 frames. Okay. Getting run over by real world traffic again. That's okay. Okay, my electronic flight bag's telling me there's nobody on the runway. And of course I'm seeing the frames improve. They weren't bad, but seeing the frames improve as I get away from some of those buildings. And the aircraft. Any of you guys watching have the CRJ from Aerosoft 700 900X? I was taking some screenshots in the Airbus Professional earlier at the Aerosoft Frankfurt scenery, and you know, when you take promotional screenshots and whatnot, you crank your settings, right? Oh man, I was so impressed because I don't normally fly with settings maxed out. It's just, you know, you pretty much have to be insane to do that. Yeah, unless you've got, like, you know, I don't even know. At any rate, no matter how good your system is, to max out all your settings is just insane. At any rate, I did it, and I was flying around the Frankfurt airport with all the real world traffic and everything, and holy smokes. I mean, it was amazing. It looks amazing even with the above average settings I normally use, but maxing every setting I had out, it just, whoa, really something. Okay, approach path is clear. And runway is clear. Probes are on. Okay, so going to be a bit of a wing and a prayer here, because I haven't flown this thing in over 2 years. It's probably been longer than that. But here. Okay, let's see what we can do about getting out of here. Flaps are down. No, don't have to worry about the spoilers. Let's get out of here. Trim set. %, and engines are stable. And toga. There's a runway incursion. Did you not know I was taking off? No, you didn't? Well, wah. Here we go. Troop.
Traffic, traffic. Clear of conflict.
Pops up. Climb modes, or climb thrust set. Put the gear lever up, but they didn't go up the first time, so we'll do it again. Oh, a nice little sailing boat. Sail ship, yeah. I'll give you guys a look at the Boston city scenery. There it is. It's really cool scenery. And it's not just the downtown area modeled too, they modeled the whole regional area. And those the buildings that are down there are modeled exceptionally well. See if I can show them to you there. I mean, it's just really something the way they did the downtown area. So let's get back to flying this thing. What do you think? Pitch over speed is messing with me. Alright, autopilot engage, speed select. I'm just trying to remember where the weather radar is on this thing. And there it is. I don't think we'll see any. My terrain switch, if I remember right, is right over here. And there it is. Man, should have had that already set. It's interesting, no terrain map. Okie dokie. Hans, is that you watching the stream, buddy? So we've got a hell of a wind going here. We've got a 100-knot quartering crosswind coming from the right side of the aircraft. Fun and games, man. Fun and games. So normally I would have pushed over and allowed the aircraft to build up a little bit of speed here. So kind of got sidetracked and didn't do that, so we'll do it now. So we'll maintain 500 feet per minute, which is the minimum IFR rate of climb, and we'll continue to do this while we're keeping an eye on that 100 knot quartering crosswind here. So if you're not familiar with the CRJ, it has it does have a FADEC, but it does not have an auto thrust. So we have got to maintain the speed ourselves, and I mentioned at the beginning of the stream that I haven't flown this aircraft in quite a long time. I mean, several years. And when I was flying it during the early beta, I noticed that maintaining speed was pretty much, you know, had to constantly interact with the aircraft. I mean, just constantly. Well, when I went out to the Flight Sim Expo out in Las Vegas last year, my first flight was on a CRJ 900 of all things. And actually, I don't remember if it was a 700 or a 900, but it's essentially the same aircraft we have here. And the pilot was going to a different aircraft afterwards, so he and I walked. Actually, we hung out for about an hour and a half, and we were talking about the CRJ. And so I brought up the thrust lever thing, maintaining speed thing, and he said, you know, it's not really an issue because of the way the FADEC works. He says, you know, they just dial in a speed, and the aircraft gets real comfortable with it. So it's going to be interesting to check this out, because I spoke with Hans about it shortly after I had a meeting with that pilot, and he said, yeah, that's how it is. So, and he was going to work on it a bit. So at any rate, so we just about got our speed. Once we hit 280, we'll go ahead and increase our rate of ascent. Those who don't know, Hans is the basically the sole developer of this aircraft. I mean, he has done excellent work. Normally we have half a dozen programmers working an aircraft. Hans did all this himself. It's pretty sharp, pretty amazing. Okay. Inbound to the Sierra Echo Yankee VOR, and we'll go ahead and increase our rate of ascent now, and we'll try 1200, see how that works. 1200 feet per minute set. And that out ahead of us. Oh man, crashed the desktop. We'll have to look at that. Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna go research this though. I don't think I'll be back tonight, but thanks for watching. Hope to see you again back.